A veteran Barberton police officer remains in the hospital.
He was shot during a standoff in New Franklin early this morning. The suspect was shot and killed when SWAT officers returned fire. Bob Jones live right now in Menlo Court in New Franklin. And Bob, what do we know about the officer's condition?
Well, Danita, the officer has just been identified as Brandon Watson. We're told his injuries are serious, but he will survive, and he was scheduled to have surgery today. The incident all started around 7 o'clock last night when New Franklin police responded to a domestic violence call. The standoff lasted for several hours, and tonight, that shattered window up on the second floor, it's the only sign that something went horribly wrong here. A team of BCI agents went in and out of the home for much of the day, hours after a police-involved shooting turned deadly, stunning a normally tranquil New Franklin cul-de-sac.
Scary. You know, this is a quiet neighborhood. Kids are always out here playing. Nobody bothers anybody, and then this last night, it's just unbelievable.
Police say 48-year-old Charles Cook barricaded himself in a bedroom with a loaded gun. New Franklin police and the Barberton area SWAT team tried to talk him out for hours. But around 3 a.m., a shot was fired through a door, hitting a Barberton officer in his ankle. He's a 12-year veteran of the force.
It's scary. When you got people want to shoot police, that's just unbelievable.
The officer rushed to the hospital. SWAT officers returned fire, and the suspect died on the scene.
We were really close. He was like a brother to me.
Kathleen Cole identified herself as a cousin of Charles Cook. She said he had a troubled past, but also a lot of stress in his life.
I was really shocked. All I could say is he must not have been in his right mind.
A neighbor who did not want to be identified told News 5 he feared something bad could happen. Last fall, a woman left that same house and came to the neighbor for help.
She came down and asked me to call the cops because she was being beaten, and so we had ended up calling the cops, and she didn't want to press charges or nothing.
Barberton and New Franklin police did not release further details of the investigation, but stressed the incident underscores the dangers of domestic violence calls. The officer recovering from a gunshot wound and was scheduled for surgery today.
What happened is what happened, and we can't take that back. I feel bad for the officer.
New Franklin police have not released details on the original domestic violence call that preceded the gunfire at this house. We checked Cook's records and found convictions for burglary, menacing by stalking, and violating a protection order. Again, that officer, identified as Brandon Watson, remains in the hospital. We're told he's married, has 4 children, and is a baseball coach. Live in New Franklin tonight, Bob Jones, News 5.